practice our Zoo-phonics sounds and signals. Who's this? Allie Alligator. Allie Alligator snaps her jaws and says, ah, ah, ah. A says, ah. Who's this? Bubba Bear. Bubba Bear reaches up to the hive, grabs some honey, and says, b, b, b. B says, b. Who's this? Katina Cat. Katina Cat has a little milk on her whisker and she doesn't like it. She says, k, and wipes it off. K, k. C says, k. Who's this? Dee Dee Deer. Dee Dee Deer is always listening for danger. She puts up her ears and says, d, d, d. D says, d. Who's this? Ellie Elephant. Ellie Elephant reaches her trunk out and says, eh, as she eats a peanut. Eh, eh. E says, eh. Who's this? Francie Fish. Put one hand out and the other on top. Wiggle your thumbs. F, f, f. F says, f. Who's this? Gordo Gorilla. Gordo Gorilla peels a banana and says, g, g, g. G says, g. Who's this? Honey Horse. Honey Horse gallops. Slap your thighs with your hands and say, ha, ha, ha. H says, ha. Who's this? Innie Inchworm. I, I, I. Let me see you smile. I says, I. Who's this? Jerry Jellyfish. Jerry Jellyfish. Watch out, he can sting you. J, j. Wiggle like jelly. J. J says, j. Who's this? K.O. Kangaroo. Ooh, he likes kickboxing. K says, who's this? Lizzie Lizard. Rest your hand on a branch. Lizzie likes to listen and look for bugs. Ooh, ooh, ooh. L says, ooh. Who's this? Missy Mouse. Missy Mouse feeds herself a little piece of cheese and she says, this cheese is good. Mmm, mmm. M says, Who's this? Nigel Night Owl. Nigel Night Owl makes big, big nighttime eyes. He can see at night when it's very dark. N says, Who's this? Ollie Octopus. Reach your tentacles out to the sides. Ah, ah, ah. O says, ah. Who's this? Petey Penguin. Petey Penguin is very stiff. He waddles around and says, p, p, p. P says, Who's this? Queenie Quail. Oh, now she's a real queen. Well, at least she thinks she's one. She has a feather that's curved that sits on top of her head, and she says, "Quah, quah, I'm such a beautiful quail." Q says, "Quah." Who's this? Robbie Rabbit. Robbie Rabbit puts his little paws out front and says, "R, r, r." R says, "R." Who's this? Sammy Snake. Sammy Snake likes to slither. S, s, s. S says, S. Who's this? Timothy Tiger. Oh, Timothy Tiger is tough. T, t, t. T says, T. Who's this? Umber Umbrella Bird. Umber Umbrella Bird is a real bird in South America who has feathers that look like an umbrella. Let's hold our umbrella up here and fly. Ah, ah, ah. It's so hard to fly with just one wing. U says, Who's this? Vinny Vampire Bat. Make a V. Put it under your chin. V, v, v. V says, V. Who's this? Willy Weasel. Fold your hands and try this. W, w. That's what the weasel looks like when it's running. W. W says, W. Who's this? Xavier Fox. X says, X. 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 Xavier's doing a little knitting, and that's the noise his knitting needles make. X says, X. Who's this? Yancey Yak. Yancey Yak is yakking all the time on his cell phone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y says, yeah. Who's this? Zeke Zebra. Zeke Zebra is always taking a nap in the middle of the day, and he snores too. Zzz. 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 Z says, Zzz. Good job. Did you do everyone with me? Good. Practice again. Bye.